So, 8 months ago today, on the 15th of June 2021, a 5-year-old girl called SummerWells vanished off the face of the earth, never to be seen again.
And so I went down there to check, and she was nowhere in sight. She was just gone.
What really happened to SummerWells? So, I'm sure most of you are following this case. It is one of the most followed cases of a missing child on YouTube at the moment and in the world. And we still don't know what happened. We're still no further forward. We don't know who the top suspects are, although we all have our suspicions. And we all know that everyone is still a person of interest. The police have pretty much ruled out an abduction or said they don't think that Summer was abducted, which naturally leads most people to suspect her parents. I suspected Summer's parents of having guilty knowledge the minute I laid eyes on them. The very first time I ever laid eyes on Don and Candace, red flags were flying. And to be honest, the red flags haven't stopped flying for me, for Don and Candace, since. Now, from the very first interview that Don and Candace gave to the media, I have to say I found Candace to look more guilty. I detected deception from Candace and Don, but I did see some emotion from Don for his missing daughter. I don't recall noticing much sympathy, empathy, or emotion from Candace for Summer. In fact, I saw a mother that I thought was on drugs or was medicated, which possibly could have been medication Candace was on for the stress of Summer's disappearance. Although looking back now, I doubt that, because it looked to me then like Candace was on some sort of hard drugs, and it still looks like that to me now. Obviously, I don't know if that is the case, but to me it looked like Candace was on something dodgy like meth, or maybe something similar. Again, guys, this is just my opinion, and I always like to tell you when it is my opinion, and I'm not basing that on any facts. It's just what I think when I see Candace in that interview. She looks to me off her face, her head keeps rolling back, her eyes keep rolling back, and generally she looks pretty worse for wear.
All the way over to the porch, and I watched her walk into the kitchen where the boys were watching TV. I've never heard of it until just recently.
Now, as I said, you could put that down to the fact she's got a missing daughter, but Don didn't appear to be on drugs or intoxicated in any way in that interview. Don looked pretty straight. So why did Candace feel the need to get off her face for that interview? Or prior to that interview? It just doesn't add up to me. Because if you're going to be faced with the world watching this interview, wouldn't you want to not look like you're on drugs? And wouldn't you really be begging desperately for your daughter's safe return? Now, they did half-heartedly beg for Summer's safe return, but it didn't wash for me 8 months ago, and it certainly doesn't wash with me now.
Well, whoever has my daughter, I pray and hope that they have not harmed her and they bring her back to us safe and sound.
I really wish I could believe Don and Candace's accounts, but I just can't. There have been too many dodgy things that Don has said, so many red flags from behaviour, things they've done, things they've said. I just can't believe them anymore. 8 months ago, I really did give them the benefit of the doubt. I watched the interview as if they were innocent parents, but by the end of the interview, I knew in my heart and in the pit of my stomach that they were not innocent parents. To me, they seemed far, far from innocent. They've both showed guilty knowledge, they've both been deceptive, and they've both behaved terribly on many occasions since Summer disappeared. And as we all now know, Summer's father, Don, is now in Hawkins County Jail. I won't bore you all again with why, because I think we all know why he's there. Don is likely to be behind bars for at least 6 months, maybe slightly less. Perhaps if he's a good boy, they'll let him out sooner. We'll see. I have had a lot of people speculating on whether Don will go live from his jail cell. I doubt it, and I do hope not. But then again, stranger things have happened. I absolutely adore the TV series Stranger Things, and really the title of that TV series describes Summer's case perfectly. Stranger Things. Because let's face it, whenever we see Don and Candace, something very strange normally happens. I'm sure if I sat here and told you all of the red flags that I've seen over the past 8 months, this would be a very, very long video. Probably too long for anyone. And it would take me ages to film and even longer to edit. But let's run through a few of them. If we think back to Candace's interview with Chris McDonough, it's quite obvious when you've watched it quite a few times that Summer wasn't Candace's priority. I have never thought that Candace's priority was Summer or Summer's brothers. In my opinion, Candace's priority has always been herself. But on a recent video that Chris McDonough did with a really excellent statement analyst who I really respect, his name is Steve, he picked up on something really very interesting. Candace mainly seems to want to speak about what Hunter said, what he didn't say, where he went, what he did, rather than talk about Summer. But surely if you had a missing 5-year-old daughter, your focus and attention, especially when you're being interviewed about your missing daughter, shouldn't be on the 15-year-old boy that you were with on the day your daughter disappeared. That doesn't sit well with me. I have to be honest, Candace's relationship with Hunter has never sat well with me. I've always wondered if Candace liked Hunter in a way she shouldn't do. A 39-year-old woman certainly shouldn't be interested in a 15-year-old boy. It's plain wrong, and pretty disgusting, if it is true. Now, I have no idea whether anything physical went on between Hunter and Candace. I really hope it didn't. And if it did, Candace is well out of order and vile and disgusting. Now, I'm not throwing any shade at Hunter. I've always believed what Hunter said. I've never detected deception from Hunter. And if he did have any sort of romantic relationship with Candace, I wouldn't point any finger of blame at Hunter. He's a 15-year-old boy. I'll point the finger at blame at Candace for being disgusting and vile. But from the way Candace speaks about Hunter, it leads me to suspect that she liked him in a romantic way. But why on earth would a 39-year-old woman who has a husband and 4 children be interested in a 15-year-old? I don't wish to give that much thought, because if it's true, we all know the answer to my question. Summer's case is so dark, so disturbing, so concerning. I haven't stopped thinking about Summer for the past 8 months, and the more and more that I've learnt about her parents, the more concerned I've become for Summer's welfare. I must say that my opinions on what happened to Summer haven't changed much over the past 8 months. I still believe the most likely theory is that Summer died in Candace's care. Now, I'm really sorry for being so blunt, but that is how I feel. I've always been extremely honest with all of you guys, and I like to tell you what I'm thinking. I'm not going to tell you a load of rubbish or lies. I do think SummerWells is dead. It breaks my heart to say that, but that is how I feel. At the start, I was almost convinced that Summer had an accident at the watering hole or the swimming hole, but I have now considered that Summer could have had an accident on the way home. Did something happen in the car? Did Summer overheat? Was it a case of a dry drowning? Did Summer bang her head whilst swimming? Could she have then died after having a concussion due to a bad head injury? If we think back to the picture of Summer in the car, there was what looked like a red stain on her jacket. But could that have been from an orange drink that can be seen on the car seat? Or could it have been dried blood? Obviously, I don't know. But if Summer had banged her head, it might make sense that that could have been a bloodstain. Again, I am just speculating. Could Summer have then had an accident when she got home? I've thought through so many different theories. Could she have fallen down the stairs and banged her head? She could have done it without there being any blood. That can happen, and that might mean that there wasn't any blood to be found when the scene was investigated when Summer disappeared. I've often wondered whether Summer had an accident on her swing, because Candace mentions the swing quite a lot in the early stages of Summer's disappearance. Hunter mentions the swing and how Summer wouldn't wander far from her swing. So was Summer on the swing? Could she have had an accident? Because she did like to swing very high on it. Could Candace have been helping Grandis with her brace? Or maybe Candace was having a nap. Or maybe Candace was having a walk. Who could say? But what I do suspect is the story we've all been told is a load of old BS. I don't buy that they were planting flowers. I don't buy that candy was given to Summer from Grandma. I don't buy that Candace asked the boys to watch Summer. I don't buy any of it. I never have, and I never will. It is weird when you think back to their initial story. They've always stuck to that part of the story, although Candace has slightly varied whether she watched Summer all the way to the door or part way. It's varied from 2 minutes to 5 minutes for the timescale of when Summer was last seen to when the alarm is raised that she's gone. But the whole scenario of planting flowers with her grandma and her mother washing her hands, getting a piece of candy from Grandma has always remained the same. It's as if the Three Stooges all wrote this script when Summer got gone and then decided amongst the three of them, made a pact that they would never break or change from that part of the story. Summer definitely planted flowers. She definitely got candy from her grandma. She was 100% abducted. Now that's what they want us to believe, and some people do. And I appreciate everybody has a different opinion. I appreciate some people think Candace and Don are innocent. Everyone is entitled to their opinion. But I will always tell you the truth. I don't believe them for a minute. I never have, and I don't think I ever will. It really does break my heart that 8 months have passed and we still don't know where Summer is. We can all sit here and speculate, and we can all share our thoughts and views with each other, which is great as it could help Summer's case. But when are we going to know the truth? I really hope that I'm not sitting here next year saying it's been a year and 8 months. I really hope that I'm not sitting here in June to say it's been a year. I just hope that sometime soon, hopefully before Summer's 9-month anniversary, the truth comes out. Let's all keep our fingers crossed and hope and pray that SummerWells is found, that she is safe somewhere. She didn't come to harm, and I really hope that my theory that Summer died in Candace's care is wrong. So wrong. I'd love to be wrong. I'd love that Summer is out there. I'd love more than anything for Summer to be out there, hopefully with her Auntie Rose, and that they're both still alive, because wouldn't that be a fantastic outcome? So guys, I just want to say now, if you can hear lots of tweeting in the background, I am filming this early afternoon here in the UK, and the birds in my garden are tweeting away, doing their thing. I have tried to shoo them away. Even though I love birds and I do feed them, I don't really need them here tweeting this loudly when I'm trying to film a video. But hopefully you don't mind the birdsong in the background, because it is nice. And the little birdies in my garden have decided today that they wish to appear in my video. So guys, I'd love to know, have your thoughts on Summer's disappearance changed much over the past 8 months? Did you feel from day one that something had happened whilst she was in Candace's care? Or did you feel outright that she'd been abducted? Have your opinions swayed on Don and Candace? Have you, like me, occasionally felt sorry for them? But have you, like me, seen constant red flags over the past 8 months? And for me, those red flags just keep getting worse and worse and worse. So guys, please do share your thoughts with me, pop your comments below, and let me know what you think. As always, I will look forward to reading your thoughts, guys, so please do share them with me. I would just like to say a massive thank you and a hello to all of my new subscribers and members. I really do appreciate you guys. You all make my channel a fantastic place to discuss true crime, especially the case of SummerWells. So please do keep sharing your thoughts with me, and we will all keep searching for SummerWells until she is found. Let's hope and let's pray that sometime soon Summer is found safe and that justice is done for Summer. Well, anyway, guys, as always, I hope you're well. Bye for now.